Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another daily Video Devo. Renee here. I'm at my house today, and today I want to talk about divine appointments. We talked about a divine appointment that Jesus had with a woman in Samaria. But you know, God often has divine appointments waiting for you and waiting for me too. He might have some for you today. They might come disguised in the form of interruptions or even irritations or frustrations. But if you open your eyes, you can see those as divine appointments that are just happening in unexpected ways. Let me just give you one example. One day I'm flying back from a conference that I was speaking at, and I was reading an article that was about forgiveness and getting over past hurts. And it's in like a journal for pastors that I'm reading. And you know how sometimes you just get the sense that you're being watched? Well, I kind of had that sense, and I look around, I don't see anybody, and then I look back. Remember, I'm on an airplane, and between the seats, in the crack between the seats of the plane, I see a woman's eyeball, and she's been reading my article through the crack in the seats on the airplane. And I smile, and she kind of gets embarrassed, and she says, "Do you mind if I read that article when you're done with it?" And I said, "Well, sure, you can have it right now," thinking she's just going to sit there and read it over my shoulder the whole time anyway. And so I kind of slide it through the crack. And when she's done reading the article, she's talking to me through the crack between the seats. And she says, "You know, I'm moving from my hometown because of some hurts, and the people I've been hanging around with aren't good influences on me. And I'm going to move to another area and just try to get a fresh start in my life. Do you have any suggestions for how to get a fresh start in life?" And I almost felt sorry for her, giving me as a pastor that kind of an opening. And I said, "Yeah, I do have a few suggestions on how to get a fresh start." I said, "Let me ask you, where are you moving?" And believe it or not, she says, "Well, you probably have never heard of it. It's a little town south of Santa Cruz called Aptos." And I said, "Well, I pastor a church in Aptos." And when I have these little invitation cards to the church. And when I took that out and I slid it in the crack between the seats, she literally started to shrink back. And I could see the wheels turning in her head. She's thinking, "Oh no, it's a church thing. I'm trapped with a religious salesman. I don't like this." I could just see that on her face. So I said, "It's probably not the kind of church that you're thinking of," but she's not buying it. And so I prayed, "God, please let her somehow be willing to check church out." Well, we walk off the airplane together, and picking me up from the airport is one of our youth workers at the time. And he's wearing a long t-shirt and shorts that are kind of raggedy and flip-flops, and his hair is bleached white and it's spiked up with gel. And I said, "Thank you, Lord." And I turned to her and said, "I'd like you to meet one of our staff members." And her face just lit up. And she said, "I think I'll check this church out. It really is different than I expected." And he's going, "What? What just happened?" A lot of times we are in close proximity to people who have spiritual needs, but mentally we're not there. We're not aware that a potential conversation could be taking place. Jesus told his disciples at the end of John chapter 4, "Open your eyes. The fields are ripe for harvest." So I want to urge you today, ask God to help you have open eyes to the potential divine appointments all around you, even today. You go through your day with open eyes, and I know you're going to have some adventures, and you'll have a great day. God bless.